Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is Transfers Live. As you may have noticed, me and my co-host, Joe Smith, are sat down and we're melting away, aren't we, bro?
Yeah.
It's roasting.
We sat down because Jay broke his leg in the precinct, didn't you? You came off his mobility scooter, he broke his finger as well, you can see that. And he fell and he's damaged his leg.
I had a little fall outside Simpson's shoes in the precincts and it's still spoke about to this day.
You were getting your winkle pickers recobbled, weren't you? He was.
Who speaks about it? Me and Elsie.
Yeah.
No, but we are not going to talk about my fall outside Simpson's shoes. We are going to talk about transfers, mate.
Yes.
Manchester United transfers.
Finally!
Because Jadon Sancho, mate.
Done.
What?
Finished.
And what? And you think that's it? No,
End
mate.
of it.
There's more. Because we've got Raphael Varane.
Yes.
You might have heard of him.
It's kicking off with Varane.
You're well excited, aren't you?
It's picking up.
I'm excited by the fact you're excited because
You're not excited by the news?
I am excited because it's a player I actually know a little bit about.
Yeah.
Who doesn't play in the Premier League because I'm so old school. I don't really follow the continent as much as I would like to, which is something I will address.
Except those incontinent pads that you wear.
That
Is that not the same thing?
isn't anything to be ashamed of.
It's a different continent.
Yeah. I am proud of the fact I shit myself. So we're going to talk about Raphael Varane. We're going to talk about Kieran Trippier as well. Fresh from his glorious run towards the European Championship final. He's not going to be here, but we're going to be talking about him. We're going to talk about Axel Tuanzebe as well. Did he do? He's been linked with someone. I'll tell you who later.
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard. Jesse. I love Jesse, mate. We'll talk about him as well because we've slapped a bit of a price tag on him. 30 million quid, which I think is a bargain. So he could be on his way.
Can I stop you a sec?
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking you a question about your looks?
No.
Have you had your teeth done?
Do you know what it is, right? I've not had them done. I've had them scraped and polished,
Have you?
not like whitened or anything, just
No.
a bog standard trip to the dentist.
I can tell.
And it's weird because the dentist I don't go to the dentist for ages, right? And the dentist said to me like,
I knew it!
when's the last time you came to the dentist? And I was like, and you know when you tell a stupid lie?
Under the Blair administration.
Yeah, and then you think, why did I just lie like that? So I said like, oh, it's been ages. It's been about 7 years. And he went, 7 years? And I went, no, actually, it's been about 9.
Because it's not like 7's way better than 9.
Yeah, why did I lie? Why didn't I tell the truth? It's not like I go, well, I was going to let you off, but now it's 9. Get out.
Tell you what, you've had your scrape and your polish, and you're looking. Don't milk it.
I started brushing him as well.
You're looking better for it.
Why
You
not?
really are.
Apparently, that's what's recommended. Who knew?
Don't worry about it.
Wokeism gone mad. Brush your teeth and all that. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Should we start off with Kieran Trippier?
Yes, please.
Do get involved in the comments. It is live, so let us know what you think. Let us know if you hear anything as well. If it's announced that Jadon Sancho is officially a Manchester United player, do get involved in the chat and let us know. Kieran Trippier, who, good, solid, attacking right back.
Yeah.
From Bury.
British.
British.
That's the way you bullet pointed it. Made it feel like you're good, solid, British bone.
That's
right
what you
back.
need. Good, beautiful British right
Fucking
back.
hell,
Yeah, we don't care whether he's British
No,
or not.
of course.
But
he is.
Yeah, he is.
Just for factually.
Factually,
Yes.
he's English. He's from Bury, if that counts. He's been linked with us for ages. Happy birthday to Ross Murphy as well.
Happy birthday, Ross.
The famous Ross Murphy.
Yeah.
I've just seen in the chat there. So happy birthday to him. He's been linked with us for quite a while. He's desperate for a Premier League return, as it says there in the graphic. And the Telegraph reports that Kieran Trippier is eager to leave Atletico Madrid and return to the Premier League. Manchester United are closely linked.
I like this because this to me suggests it's come from him.
Yeah.
Now I don't have any inside info. I don't know him. But to me, if a couple of months ago we entered into this sort of Trippier scenario where we sort of what's going on, what's the deal, what's happening. United may be interested. We're looking at around 15 to 20 million. That was the initial reports. Then all of a sudden, Atletico Madrid, 43 million. That's his buyout clause. We're not giving you him for less than that. Then it goes quiet for a couple of weeks while the Euros are going on. Trippier features. England do very well. Then, the day after, or 2 days after the Euros ends, all of a sudden, all of the major papers know that Trippier fancies coming back to England.
Yeah.
That, to me, stinks of, he's finished the Euros and he's gone, right, tell the press, I'm coming home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has a bit of that to it to me. And I think that's to put pressure on Atletico to let him leave for a cheaper fee, because if they know, he's essentially done what he went there to do. I don't think he went there because he's an Atletico Madrid fan, because he loves La Liga, he wants to be in Spain. He went there essentially to recover his career, because he left England after the World Cup, came back to Tottenham, was terrible for 12 months and needed a change. And he's done that now. He's won the league. He's back in the England team. He featured heavily in England's run to the final. He's done what he set out to do at Atletico Madrid, and more probably. He didn't think he was going to win the league, or he wouldn't assume he would. So I think now he's like, right, that's sorted. I can get back in as a starting player for a top Premier League team. Now I want to do it. And Manchester United, where better? My family live 3 miles away. I think that's exactly what's going on here. I think this has come from him. I think
Trippier's almost like a good reminder of how you can't write players off. Because I think if you go back to sort of 2016, 17, not many people would have thought this is a player who's going to become an England regular, go to the World Cup semi-final, go to the European Championship final, get a move to Atletico Madrid, and win La Liga.
No,
he looked like a
23-year-old forward playing for Burnley.
Yeah, it was like he was a decent right back.
Yeah,
and like you said, even when he went to the World Cup after that, he didn't capitalise on that. No. It was like he had a shaky sort of season, a few mistakes, a few high-profile mistakes, of course. Then he gets a move, and he sort of maintains his sort of consistency for England, does well. Atletico, despite obviously the dramas with the betting scandal and all the rest of it.
About that.
Yeah, but he's always sort of managed to keep going and do well. And it's sometimes we write players off too easily, don't we? We think if they have a bad season or a bad spell, well, he's done. That's the end of him, or he's lost it. And Jesse Lingard, I know we're going to get to him later, is another good example of that.
Yep.
He had a horrendous 12 months, and there was mitigating circumstances because we know he spoke about it and very brave and honest to talk about his mental health and stuff like that. Yep. But you can't write good players off. They don't just become rubbish.
No.
Like, things go on outside that we
Unless
don't know about.
Unless it's due to injuries, then sometimes you see the sort of degradation that way.
Yeah, like anyone can pick up a knock that they just can't, Michael Owen style injury, you just don't quite recover from. But most players who have dips, they have it for a reason. They can recover. They can, if they've got that sort of level that they've been at, they can get back there. And Kieran Trippier's done it. And now, this, if it came off, this move to Manchester United, it'd cap off a pretty amazing last few years for him.
Yeah.
Bath Last Son in the chat says, great content, guys. Regular. Best fan channel. Big fan from India. Yeah. What's up with Martial? Not in pre-season training yet? ?
Having a laugh. What do you think he's doing? I don't know. Where is he?
I saw a picture. You know what I love, right? I love these little videos that these players do, and people lose their minds over them, don't they? Remember Paul Pogba when it was like him with the ropes? Like that, for 4 seconds.
You're like, he's got a six-pack. He must be wicked at football. You're like, just because someone's trying hard. Like, these are the things, and we talk about this all the time, the whole, you get paid 250 grand, you shouldn't be injured. Rubbish. Yeah. But you get paid 250 grand, you should be in good shape. Having a sick, I'm not going to knock Luke Shaw on the pitch, he's been sensational. The pictures of him with his shirt off after the semi-final, he's in about the same shape as me.
Yeah.
And I'm not in good shape.
No.
Luke Shaw has got no definition on the front of his body whatsoever.
No.
And he is arguably the most informed left-back in the world. For me, I think, yes, it's great on the pitch. Maybe, for now, don't change it. But that's still a bit of a come on, lad. You're getting paid 200 grand a week. You can be in good shape.
The thing is with him, though, his natural body shape,
yes,
I think, is big.
It's a bit
because I remember when we signed him, and where he runs up and down, is where he runs up and down, where he plays
on
football.
The pitch, he runs up and down. I like Luke Shaw. He never stops running, does he, Jay? Runs up and down.
For anyone who wants some context is what's going on tonight, it is roasting.
It's so off. And not to mention, I was having a shower earlier and I scratched the top of a mole off. So that's a ticking time bomb now. So at some point, I'll be out of the action.
I'm wearing Martial FC socks. I've got a jumper on, and I had a jumper that I had to take off
because it was just roasting. Yeah, it's too much.
Honestly. Anyway, Luke Shaw. I used to sit in Jay's stand near where he was on the pitch, and he was rapid. Right?
Running up and down.
It was. And this is when we bought him, and I thought he's big, Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he could keep up with any winger, so it's not an issue for him. He's super fit.
Yeah.
Just because he's built like a big lad, he obviously can shift, and he's one of the best, if not the best, left back at the minute on the planet. So we don't need to worry about that, and it's easy to judge in it. You've seen the pictures of him. Is it Willian? Have you seen it? Is it producer Cam? Have you seen him? He's got a little bit of a belly.
Has he?
Yeah,
God bless.
He's got a little bit of a holiday belly, summer belly.
I like it. When Schneider retired, he just put 3 stone on immediately.
you remember him? He used to play for Sunderland, Andy Reid.
Yeah,
He was just massive.
Play for Forest.
Yeah.
big fat lad in the middle. Good player though.
Yeah.
Good feet on him.
I'm about that. Do you know what I mean? If you can do that,
Do you think with
it.
Martial, do you know like when you're a kid or when you're like not a kid, like a teenager?
Yeah.
You're like you have a day off. You're like, I can't wait for fucking day off. Get in. I'm gonna fucking love it. And then you're on your day off. And you're like, well, all my mates are at work. This is shit. I reckon Martial was like, I might go on holiday. It was like, well, all my mates are at the fucking Euros, so I can't. Who am I going to go on holiday with? Paul, you're at the Euros, yeah. All right, Antoine, you fancy going up? You're at the Euros. See you later. All right, who's Mendy? Oh yeah. Oh, actually, you're not. Okay, we'll go on holiday. But it's like all his mates are at work. Yeah. Who's he going to go on holiday with?
It's like when you wag school and your mates are at school and you're waiting for him to finish.
Waiting through the first like that. It's wicked at it. Well, it. I wish I was with you a little bit though, because it's boring. I just have to hide from my mum and they won't let me in the sweet shop because they know I should be at school. See you at 3:30 anyway.
That's like myself. And did you see the point I almost forgot I was making was there's a picture of him on his phone on like the exercise bike, just sort of like that. And it's like people going, look at him. Like, look at what? Yeah. What does this show you? This 4 seconds shows you nothing. Yeah. He could be in the best shape of his life. He could be in the worst. You cannot tell from watching someone on the phone on an exercise bike for about 4 seconds. Yeah. It's meaningless. But I saw people who like Andy Martial going, fucking great. Dedication, that. Look at him. And I saw people that hate him going, stay at this. Yeah. Look at this. Look how blasé he's about it. Come on, man. You don't know. We'll see when the season starts. Danny Shields in the chat says, haven't heard much on the channel about Eric Ramsey signing as set piece and individual development coach. How low-key vital could that be next season?
It could be, and we are going to be bringing a video out about him next week. Stephen Howson likes to do his in-depth videos. You've seen a Camavinga one, a Sancho one, a Varane one.
He loves all that.
Next week is going to be all about Eric Ramsey. So where he's been, what he does, what he's done for other clubs. It's a bit of a researchy task, but yeah, that's coming out. Personally, I'm chuffed. I don't know how good he is, don't know enough about him, but the fact that we are trying to address what has obviously been a problem. I think for the first sort of 3 or 4 months of the season, we conceded more set-piece goals than anyone in the league. So we have to cut that out, especially, we're a team that's good in the air. We're pretty good defensively generally. We've got to cut that out. So yeah, I think that could be a massive signing for United, but
yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? That remember when the Scousers brought him? Was it a throwing expert? Yeah, and everyone was knocking him. And you think it's such fine margins in football now that if that gives you an extra 3 points or whatever, that could be the difference. Like, I know
the thing is,
but
even if it gives you an extra 1 point, but you've also brought in a set piece thing, and you've also brought in a penalty expert, and you've also brought in a whatever it may be. If they all give you 1 point a season, that's 5 points. That might be the difference between third and fourth and fifth, or second and first.
Which could be potentially, 50 million quid or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's worth doing, and I think that, we might look and go, really? But obviously an important signing. Don't know a lot about him. I look forward to seeing Steve's video because I've seen a lot of people writing about it, how important he is and how well respected he is. So anything that strengthens the coaching staff should only be a positive thing for Manchester United. Should we move on to that defender?
Yeah.
The other defender that we've been linked with.
Varane alarm going off there, sorry.
Yes, Raphael Varane. There you say the interest heats up as Madrid await offer.
What do you think's hotter, the interest or this fucking room that we're in now? Honestly,
I like it warm, but it's too warm for me in here. It is ridiculous in here. Also, Danny Shields is back in the chat just on the Eric Ramsey front, and he says youngest English coach to ever earn a UEFA Pro license, poached off Chelsea. Well, that makes up for them taking Robin off us.
Do you know how old he was when he got that license? 5.5 years old. He's like the Beethoven of coaching. Yeah.
I have a word with my lad. He's 6 and he's not done his.
Is he not? He hasn't even got his B yet,
he's not even thought about his UEFA coaching badges. He's a disgrace. It's good. Looks like a good signing. We'll see what happens with it. Raphael Varane, though. I mean, can we start getting excited now, Joe?
Can we get the Bouhafsi graphic on? Because that's the one.
Yeah.
He's a tier
Mohamed
1
Bouhafsi,
respected
friend of this channel, right? Been on the tier 1
Tell him, Jay!
podcast, right? And you know what he said to me?
What?
It's the most bizarre thing anyone's ever said to me.
Don't mind me asking this, Jay, but have you been to the dentist recently? Because your teeth are looking great.
Thanks, Mohammed. No, he said, Jay, because we were messaging each other, he went, my English isn't great. He came on the channel, me and Ronnie interviewed him, and out of the 3 of us, he had the best English.
He would get the highest mark in a GCSE English.
It was us that the viewers were struggling to understand because we're proper mank.
Let's read this. Agreement almost contractually reached between Manchester United and Raphael Varane. This is from today, by the way. Discussions are advanced between the two parties. After Sancho, Man United want Varane. discussions are open between Manchester United and Real Madrid, but no offer yet. Basically, we are at the point where... Go on.
No, go on, you talk. I'm going to message you.
Basically,
I'm going to message him.
We're at the point... See if he replies on air.
Yeah,
go on, just say...
Is it happening?
Say Mo. You just say Mo. That, get on his side. Mo, it happening or what, pal? Right. So basically... One of the main holdups with this deal, there was two. One is giving Real Madrid the money they want, which we are still, we're up to that point now where that's the next hurdle. The other big one that was reported over and over and over again is Varane stitching us up?
Yeah.
Is he doing this to get a new contract? Does he even want to join? To me, this is the first sort of categorical, we have overcome that hurdle now.
Yeah.
It seems as though he isn't trying to take the piss. He isn't trying to just get a new deal at Madrid.
No.
If he's basically agreed terms, he's ready to sign on the dotted line. Maybe this is a big bluff. Still could be. Let's not get 100% excited. But to me, if United are confident that he's agreed personal terms or thereabouts, that is the biggest hurdle overcoming this deal, if you ask me.
It's so odd, this. The fact that Raphael Varane couldn't be coming to United.
It's literally a FIFA signing.
Yeah, this is
literally
he was like the one defender if you could get, you'd want to get Varane to be up there, but we ain't going to get him.
No.
But actually, we could.
Not only he'd be up there, he would be number one.
Yeah.
Unless it was, I was being spiteful and I wanted to take Diaz from City to knock one of our rivals as well as improving. But if you're looking at who is the best centre-back in the world... Well, it used to be Van Dijk, but who knows how he'll recover from this. Ruben Diaz had a good season. It was Ramos, but he's old. Varane. That is literally the list.
It is.
Maguire. That is literally the list.
I've already got him, though.
And it's how is this possible? Do you know on FIFA when you start a career mode and you're like, well, I've started it as Man United, so it's already a bit boring because they're too good. You can just win the league with them. But let's just make a super team. You go out and get him.
I know. It's madness.
What?
It's so good. Sam Pilger, another friend of the channel.
Yes.
He's also been commenting on it and says Raphael Varane edging closer to Manchester United. He is Solskjaer's number one choice and Madrid willing sellers. There were early doubts about it if Varane actually wanted to come, but now growing confidence he does want to.
Wow.
Sorry, there was a wire in there.
My point exactly, Jay. Look at this. Is it going to happen?
I don't know, man. Do you know what? I'm scared because I got a little bit excited when Ramos years ago looked like it might, and then it didn't.
Ramos.
Sergio
What if it happens, look? It looks like it's gonna. It actually looks like it's might.
If it happens, right, then I just have to start moaning about the fact we haven't got a DM.
Yeah. Then we're just moving on to that last position where we're someone in
If we actually want a challenge with time, we need to get a DM. Listen, Raphael Varane would be amazing signing. It looks like it could be happening, but I'm still sceptical. I'm worried.
Sceptical
Yashas Gatoka, forgive me if I'm butchering that one, says, if Varane deal fails, who then? Koundé or Torres?
Well, Koundé's just turned down Tottenham. Did you see that? They were like, yeah, we're well up for this. And he was like, I'm not.
Why would anyone go to Tottenham who's very good at football?
Who's them? Oh, they got thingy, haven't they?
Yeah, there's Nuno. After about 8 different people said
rough,
no,
innit?
And he said no, and then he went, well, hang on, what if we give you loads
Imagine
of
if
money?
someone came and asked you to go to the prom with them, and you knew for a fact they'd already asked 5 other people.
Yeah.
You'd be like, but I ain't got anyone either. It's a real match made in a shed, that, isn't it? Just 2 twats who couldn't get anyone else. Daniel Levy going to Nuno.
Have you ever seen that?
Well. How did you know we'd be down a dark alley with a red light on?
Have you ever seen that Howard Stern film, Private Parts?
No.
He goes around asking everyone to the prom, and they all say no, and then he asks the blind girl, and she says yes, and then she feels his face and goes no.
That's literally that's the position those two are in.
Everyone's saying no, and then even someone you think I was going to say, actually. No.
Oh, bro, it's probably a no.
No, sorry. No. Yeah, it's not happening. I don't think they're going to get Suarez. I don't think we are. We'll have to wait and see. If it does go wrong with Varane, then once I've stopped crying, we'll see who we are going to get. We'll keep you posted as we always do on this channel.
Can I ask you a question about Varane?
Of course you can.
What if he's shit? What if he's past it? What if he peaked early? I've said this so many times on this channel about, people like Tuanzebe, Ted and Mengi. It's so rare to see a centre-back come through at a top team under the age of 23, 24, usually at the youngest, right? He's been one of the best centre-backs in the world since he was 19. He's now 28. That's 9 years at his peak, pretty much. Didn't have quite so good a year last year. Has, in recent years been better with injuries, but in his career had a lot of injuries. Is there a chance he's on the way down, sort of a la Wayne Rooney?
No, I think you're looking at Rio Ferdinand scenario. Remember when Rio was just amazing at like 20? He was like, how can this kid like? I think Glenn Hoddle wanted to build the England team around him. It was like, I can change the way we play just when he's old enough. And then Rio obviously went to Leeds and like massive signing. United got him, and he got to like his late 20s, and you thought, right, well, that's pretty much his. And he didn't. He kept going, and I actually think 2013. I know he didn't play as many games. Was probably one of his best seasons for us. So I think Varane will always have that experience. He'll have added experience to his game. People say he's got one in him, and I seen a graphic, and forgive me, I'm misquoting it, but it was something like he's made 4 mistakes in the Champions League in the last 5 years, which is double the amount of mistakes he's made in the league or something. And I just thought, well, so what you're saying is he's made 6 mistakes
in 4 years.
Yeah, in whatever it was. It was years, and you think well, that's the narrative there. That's what you should be looking at. Is the guy hardly ever makes a mistake? I think when he does, it gets highlighted because it's him. And sometimes, like. There was one against City when everyone was sitting. But he's obviously class. He's one of the best defenders on the planet, and he's still got at least 3 or 4 years left in him. So
one proper contract. Give 5 years, takes him to 33.
I mean, listen, I can moan about anything, as we all know, but I cannot moan about us getting Raphael Varane. I am not going to go, why have we got him? If we do get him, especially if we got him, if anyone cares, for 50, 60 million, which is almost
they're looking at around 55 million.
Yeah, for a player of that quality. Come on, mate.
Just a player of that profile.
Yeah.
Like, I know it doesn't matter to us. We just want who's best on the pitch. But the club cares about social numbers, retweets, likes. Like, if we spent, it would be a sort of equivalent figure on Pau Torres, let's say 50, 60 million euros. The number of sort of impressions and all these metrics that the club care about, and that, like, you know, does get more money down the line because it's sponsorships, it's this, it's this, it's this. He's like one of the most famous and best centre-backs in the world, like I said. It's just mad, isn't it? All the kids getting excited about that. Because he's a big... You might not know this. He's a big boy on FIFA as well.
Is it?
Because he's always got like 85
always talk
pace.
about this FIFA side.
He's like he's the fastest good centre-back on the game from the start. So he's always dead expensive. So even like the kids know him, even though he's not... Do you know what I mean? He don't play in England. He never has. But everyone knows him who plays FIFA because he's like the best.
And I don't think... You go from Real Madrid to United. I don't think you come here. This isn't like Schweinsteiger where it's the end of your career.
No.
This isn't like well.
He's not come for an holiday.
No, he's 20. He's 28, is he? So you know, like you say, his last big contract. He's not going to come here after he's won 4 Champions Leagues and all the rest of it at Real Madrid and go come here to hopefully maybe win a Carabao Cup.
No.
Or get to a Europa final. He's going to come here to challenge for Champions Leagues and Premier League titles.
Yep.
That is why he's going to come here. So 100%. It said, give the video a like. If you think Varane will sign for United. In fact, give us a video a like if you don't think he'll sign for United. Just give the video a like. Yeah, let's get. We've run about 238 likes.
Come on.
Yeah, if we get to 1,000 likes, then it's guaranteed he's coming. That is a fact.
And he'll text him. Has Bouhafsi replied?
He's literally said, well, he may or may not have said, if he gets to 1,000 likes, I'll tell you.
Incredible.
Surav Mukherjee says, if we manage 2 more signings with Varane, what would be our starting 11, considering Rashford will be out till October? Also, shall we give £500 a week to Pogba to retain him?
No.
Need to stop leaking money.
What's going to be the team? This is it.
Go on.
Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Fred McTominay, Sancho, Bruno, Pogba, Varane. Varane, playing twice. Cavani. That's what it'll be to start with Rashford out. Pogba off the left. Go on. Next.
I agree with that, except I'll put Mason in instead.
Yes.
Yash in the super chat says, I am worried as the only thing pending is United bid as they took 1 year to submit Sancho bid. By the way, Saul Athletic won Lingard. What about Saul Lingard swap?
Saul Lingard swap, I don't think it's happening. I think United, while it might be on a list somewhere, I don't think he's a
you know, like thing. In America, you're into American sports, aren't you?
Just a bit, mate. Give me one. Give me like 3 initials for one, and I'll tell you what it stands for.
What, the American sport?
Yeah, because they all have 3 initial names, don't they? Are you actually fucking me right now?
Like,
you don't even know what like a shortened version of. You never heard a short like a 3-letter initial for an American sport.
Like,
are you being
NHL, for example?
Are you being serious here?
Like the NBA?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm
like
saying.
the NFL.
NFL, yeah. That,
right.
You know,
I didn't know what you meant. I didn't know if you meant like the league or the actual sport itself.
No, the league.
Right. So the NBA is the basketball one, right? Yeah. So what's the MLB?
MLB, mostly large boys.
Yes.
They're big and they fucking...
That's the American sport I watch.
Hometown,
when Mrs.
Ron.
J. Motty's asleep.
What do you watch
The
when Mrs. J. Motty's
mostly
asleep?
big boys channel.
I bet you do. Wait till the missus is asleep. Mostly big boys. Enter. Thank you. Lock the door of the bathroom. See you in 2 hours. That's about right, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. The reason I ask is because I watched a film with Brad Pitt in it the other week called Moneyball.
Oh,
yeah. And
one of my favourite sports films.
And I noticed when he was like the manager, and it's based on a true story, and he's on the phone and he's swapping players, and do you want to trade this one for that one and all this business? Yeah. And we don't tend to do that in England. It's very rare, isn't it, that swap deals happen?
Yeah, swap deals are much less common. But have you ever seen, like, I think there's one with, is it, I can't remember what it is now, one of the, sort of a lower league manager. It's on that Sunderland thing, actually, Sunderland Till I Die. And you see them doing all the calls on, like, the transfer deadline day. It's not swaps as much. It's like the swap thing isn't as big in England.
Because the reason I think that is because if I was a manager, I'd love all that, mate.
Me too.
Yeah,
amazing.
like
top trumps.
Yeah, like I've got you've got Sol Eagles. Yeah, I've got Jesse Lingard. I was about to do a bit of a swapsies. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be well up that.
Do you know the guy behind the Moneyball sort of theory, the brains behind it, is now at Barnsley, and they got to the playoff semi-final, I think, this season in the Championship for the first time in like 20 years.
Ah, right, yeah, because at the end of that film it says like how the Red Sox or whoever it was hired him, and like everyone started doing what he was doing, and it made it harder for him to be successful. Can
you read the first part of that super chat again, please, or the chat that you just read?
I am worried, as only thing pending is United bid, as they took 1 year to submit Sancho bid.
I would agree with that. It did. We were basically at this stage with Sancho for 12 months.
Right.
The difference is 110 million euros to 55 million euros.
Yeah.
That is the difference.
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho would have been by far a club record fee, by far the most money ever paid for an Englishman, by far a Premier League record fee. United have done what? You know, Fred, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Di Maria, Lukaku, Pogba, the list goes on. We've done plenty of deals in the 50 to 60 million pound range. Yeah. We're used to this.
Yeah.
I don't think that same problem will occur. If we're after him, unless Madrid all of a sudden go, we want 75 million euros, then we may have a stall there. If it's true and the rumours are true that they want between 50 to 60 million euros, I don't think that we'll have that same hold up with Varane. Maybe it'll take a couple of weeks, but I think within a week we'll have a really good idea whether this is going to happen.
Yep, I agree. Chandrachich Tunku Adhikari says, Paul, I presume he means Pogba, had a word about United to Varane, ?
What do you think? Stay away?
Yeah, I don't know what Paul Pogba's attitude towards Manchester United is at the minute. It's still up in the air as to whether he's going to sign a new deal. His deal obviously runs out in the summer, so he could go on a free then. In January, is it? He can start talking to clubs and sign a deal with someone?
Bosman.
Oh, yeah. Bosman ruling, so he can sign, obviously go for free, which would be a bit of a disaster for Manchester United. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. As always, we'll keep you posted and when we hear anything.
Varane has taken a step forward, I think, in the last couple of days. It's gone from like, oh yeah, sure, well, we are interested, to shit, he's interested as well.
No, it's just when you get someone like Bouhafsi and Sam Pilger as well. To be fair, he's a very reliable journalist. He's not as well known as some others, but he's very reliable. And they're all saying the same thing.
Beautiful to read. I've read that tweet about 70 times since it came out. Just double checking every single word.
I'm going to print it out and re-wallpaper my bedroom with it. Right, let's move on. Axel Tuanzebe. As you can see there, it's been monitored by Newcastle. The Athletic report that Steve Bruce is interested in bringing him to Newcastle after he impressed him on loan at Aston Villa 3 years ago. So a bit of a connection there. Steve Bruce, former Villa manager. Axel Tuanzebe, former Villa player. On loan, obviously. Mm-hmm. Steve Bruce, former United captain. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, current United manager. All makes sense, doesn't it?
So why has Ole been brought into this?
I just, things.
Listing stuff.
Yeah, Old Trafford, United ground.
Did Bruce and Solskjaer play together?
I don't think they did. I think they no.
Didn't Ole come in 97?
Bruce, Ole's first season was 96 to 97.
Yeah.
I think Bruce left in 96.
Yeah.
So I'll double check that, but I don't think they quite dovetailed. So they probably just missed each other. Okay. So I'm not going to do Jermaine Jennings and go, well, they know each other really well because they were together for years.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't.
So your reference of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the current Manchester United manager, largely
No,
irrelevant. then.
because Ollie played with people that also played with Bruce.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the real
And
quiz.
that's the
right.
real quiz.
Axel Tuanzebe been monitored by Newcastle. The Athletic report that Steve interested is Bruce. Steve Bruce is interested. I think that makes sense to me. I think Axel came back from his loan from Villa a couple of years ago with the sort of I'm going to come into the first team mentality.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't sure about Maguire yet. Baye had been injured on and off. Phil Jones was sort of easing his way out of the squad. But it hasn't happened, mostly because of injury and then a couple of shaky performances. Excuse me, if we're honest, in the meantime, it hasn't happened for him yet at Man United. I don't think anyone's ready to rule out Axel Tuanzebe in terms of, he's never playing for United, get rid of him. I think another loan, and this time to a Premier League club, would be exactly what's good for him, assuming he gets games. And obviously that relies on him being fit first and foremost, but he needs some assurance from Steve Bruce that he's going to get games. My only concern is Steve Bruce isn't exactly on the sort of thickest of ice at Newcastle, is he?
No,
so if
he isn't.
was to
You're
leave,
right.
then you get put in this awful sort of thing of a new manager comes in, he needs to have an immediate bounce. Do you pick a lone player that maybe, if it comes down to the crunch, isn't quite as willing to go in for that final tackle that might get him injured for a club that they don't even play for? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that would be the case with Axel. I'm not doubting anyone's commitment on loan, but we've seen it so many times where player goes on loan, manager gets sacked, player no longer plays for team because new manager doesn't like him.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the quality and the level and the fact that if Steve Bruce knows Axel already, this makes a lot of sense to me, and I think it's perfect for Axel's career, especially if we do bring another centre back in. I think that would be absolutely ideal. What do you think?
Yeah, I've still not given up on Axel, and I think that it is a shame because, like you say, he went on loan to Aston Villa, had a really good spell. Villa fans were raving about him, helped them get promoted. He came back, and you think, right, okay, this is it now. He's been the young player of the year. He's gone on loan. He's done everything right. What are you smaking at?
Every time someone says Aston Villa, and this is just it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
My brain always says Asstown Vanilla, and I don't know why. And it's
Asstown?
Asstown, like your bum.
Right.
Asstown Vanilla, like it's some weird flavour at an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but every time someone says Aston Villa, Asstown Vanilla comes into my head, and I very much apologise. Please carry on.
Do you know what? I can genuinely say I did not expect that answer.
We've got a new flavour
When I
for you.
said to you, what is it that you're laughing
We've got
at?
a new flavour for you, sweetie. Try this.
Yeah.
There you go. Taste it first. It's an ice cream.
Oh, is it?
It's all over your nose, you silly.
I thought it was a milkshake. I go,
Asstown Vanilla. What do you think?
tastes like ass. Get rid of it.
All right.
Right.
Go on. Carry on.
Do you know what I always think of Aston Villa?
Oh.
Tom Hanks. So when Tom Hanks is a Villa fan.
No.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. He is a Villa fan. He's on Jonathan Ross once, and he's like, and there's a picture of him at Villa Park.
Really?
And basically, he's never seen Aston Villa play, or he's never been to Aston Villa. He's never been to Villa Park, but he says once he was in England and he was watching the telly, and he says that he saw that these are his words, not mine. Where he said that he saw that Aston Villa had been beaten 3-0 by Blackburn upon Twee. That's what he said. So he felt sorry for him, and he started following Aston Villa. And then Villa started reaching out to him as their celebrity fan and sending him kits and stuff. So anyway, I think we've covered the Axel Tuanzebe to Aston Villa in an in-depth way. Let's get into some comments and people that aren't talking absolute gibberish.
Sorry about Asstown Vanilla before.
And I'm sorry about the Tom Hanks reference, which isn't really helpful to anyone. Simon Dawson says Lingard Trippier swap. We'll get to that shortly. Dan says Prince William is an Aston Villa fan as well. And then he says a slight insult about our future king.
Dare you?
Carl James. I'm not a royalist, so he calls him a tool. I'm what?
Oh, a tool?
Yeah.
Is that it? I thought he was going to give him way more. I would give him both barrels, mate. Gave him nothing.
All right. I like that. I like old school insults like your tool, your whopper, your muppet. I like all that.
Fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
You absolute cuttlefish.
Sabri Ali Adam says, surprised Jay hasn't called in sick for Love Island. Don't worry, I've got it on record.
Sky Q?
Yeah.
What you got, Sky Plus?
Yeah. He's a VHS recorder. Betamax.
Have you?
Yeah.
I've only got 3 of you.
You can record some and watch some else.
Can't get Sky in my building.
Can you not?
Can't
What
get
do you
Sky.
mean? You can't get Sky in your building? Where's your building? Underground? How can you not get Sky in a building?
Sorry, Jay. We don't all live in an ivory tower like you.
Yeah, Ivory Tower. I'll tell you what, have you ever been to Eccles?
Yeah.
Where's
What? When would I know?
Words. Use
on.
your words. You can do this.
I have been, and it's full of the socialist elites such as yourself.
The Moe Marxists.
Neo-Marxist money bags.
It's at the end of the tram line.
Right. Say no
Somewhere
more.
over the rainbow. You'll have to come around for tea one night. Chandra, did you say no?
No, I said yeah,
right.
But with an N at the start. I'd love to, actually.
Right, good. Chandrit Tunku Adikare says, I think Axel to Newcastle on loan, and then if he does well, maybe like Jesse, his value goes up. Sell him.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to go another way. I thought he was going to say, goes on loan, improves, comes and plays.
Yeah.
Go on loan, got him money up, fuck him off.
Danny Shields, thanks for Danny in for all the super chats as well, by the way. He says, good Athletic article about the roles in the French dressing room during the World Cup. Pogba was the fire, Varane was the storm. I like that. Vlad as well says, I think we need to keep Axel and get rid of Jones once and for all. I don't know.
I think those two things maybe aren't mutually exclusive.
Bilal Hassan says, if you like Jay's new teeth, like the video, lads. Even if you don't like my teeth, like the video.
They're
anyway.
not new, but they are fresh.
They're just clean.
Don't give us another one because they're tinging. Do you know when you see the little ting?
Right, there you go.
Shattered that one.
Oh,
completely shattered.
Right.
Did that, and just the front two teeth just blew up in your mouth. That'd be the best moment of my life by a mile. Go on then, what's next?
What is next on the agenda? If I can just get me my list up.
Cam.
It is Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
There he is. J Lings, as he's known.
Doing a Hammers thing.
Yeah. Well, Manchester United have put a £30 million price tag on Lingard, obviously.
Yeah.
He's been linked with a move to West Ham, and the Mirror are reporting that we want 30 million quid for him, which I think is a bargain.
Do you?
I do.
And he only got 2 years left on his deal?
It doesn't matter.
No. Just not, in your mind, the length of contract remaining, no obstacle.
That is irrelevant.
Is it?
Right. No, because, 9 goals and 3 assists since February, and maybe 4. I'm going to say 4. Right?
Are you his agent? Right. Are you pissed? Nah, I'm fine. How much do you want? 30 million. He's only got you for his deal.
I'm going to say,
care.
get in the chat if I'm wrong, I think it's 9 goals and 4 assists.
9 goals, 3 or 4 assists.
All right, let's say it's 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's still been prolific since he went to West Ham.
Yep.
In a side that was okay, was decent, but
Yep.
it wasn't like it was the best team in the world. And I think that you're getting a player who's got experience. He's still got a few years left in him. Mm-hmm. He can completely galvanise a team.
Yep.
9 goals, 4 assists. Thank you, producer Cam. I was right. And I think in this day and age, 30 million quid, right? If he comes into your team and does something like what he's done at West Ham, he's going to be worth more to you than 30 million quid.
Yeah.
If he gets you into the Champions League, he's going to be worth potentially 60 or 70 million to you. And I think that you don't get that caliber of player for 30 million quid nowadays. You just don't. He's got like loads of experience. Mm-hmm. He can be a match winner.
Yeah.
And his recent form is outstanding. And also, he's done that in the past. This isn't a flash in the pan.
No.
He had a bad spell. He's got over that. He's recovered it. We know that a lot of off the field stuff was going on in terms of his mental health and stuff, and he's been open and very brave about that, and he's addressed it. So I think 30 million quid. You can spend 30 million quid
in Tesco.
Yeah.
I went to, it was a little Waitrose because it's the only thing nearby. I got two tins of Clementines. Yeah.
Tins of Clementines?
Yeah, because I like making my own trifle, but without the lady fingers.
Right, okay.
Just the words make me feel sick.
Okay.
And I got 2 tins of Clementines and a whole meal batch.
Yeah.
35 million quid.
Doesn't surprise me.
And then they can get this.
I'm not even allowed in Waitrose.
What? Are you actually not?
They don't let me in.
What do you mean?
They just want to walk in. The security guys, boy.
Do you not show me your record
This isn't for you, son.
Really? Come on. There's
Aldi down the road.
There's a Fulton Foods 3 doors down.
So I say, fuck off. I didn't want to come in here anyway. Shop's shit, mate. Hey.
Show the window. Goss dripping down.
Hey. Don't even like fucking Clementines in tins. Chandrit Tunka Adikare says, would not sell Jesse. His fast link up is elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a big debate going on, and I'll ask you, would you sell him? 30 million quid, or you keep a player that's got 9 goals and 4 assists since February?
For me, I'd sell him.
Yeah.
I think, yes, he had that, but that wasn't for Man United.
No.
And the last time he put any sort of run like that for Man United was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
before the World Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you know, he had a good 2 years. The 2 years before that, he was really good. Then he had 2 really bad years. Then he's done this. I think let him do this somewhere else. I don't think he's going to replicate this at United. I don't think he'll get the chance to, let alone even if he did, be able to in the way we play and the way teams play against us. I just think let him move. That's the best thing for him.
It'll be dead orcs as well, wouldn't it, in the dressing room when you've got like Marcus and Jaden being Bezzies. Yeah. And him looking through the window.
Like, have you two come up with some new dance moves since I've been gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't. We came up with them at England training. I used to go to England training.
Yeah, I remember that. Fucking shit, mate.
Fucking shit. Did you win it? Oh, you didn't. Sorry. I won fucking loads of stuff while you were doing that. I was at the beach doing the 2-piece slots and I won fucking loads of money. What did you win? Oh, I got to a final. Soz. Yeah, that's what I'd have done if I was him.
Yeah, so the thing with Jesse Lingard is I still have a lot of love for him.
Yes,
because of the goals, you know, I was at both Wembley finals when he scored those goals. He went through all that. He's been on the channel a lot of times, been very honest with us about the struggles he's had. He's one of those players as well that fought hard for his place at United, went on loan 4 times, got broke in at the United team when he was 23 under Van Gaal, got injured in the first half hour or whatever it was, fought back, proved the critics wrong, and again keeps fighting back. And I just want to see him sort of go and have a good career somewhere. I don't know if it happened for me at United. Yeah, sorry.
And anytime a player comes through the academy and stays in the first team until they're, 28?
Yeah.
You know, that's a player that you've had a long time to get attached to. And, you know, you don't just love someone if they've come through the academy, but it does add a little extra thing of like, you know, they were sort of born into Manchester United. There is a little bit extra there. So I think that, I think we all still, you know, love Jesse Lingard, but again, I think the time is right for him and for United for him to go somewhere else.
Someone's spamming the chat with Jesse or Donny. I don't think it is that question, to be honest with you. I don't think it's like Ollie's going, well, if
I don't think your question exists.
But it isn't though, is it? It's not a case of, well, if I sell Jesse, then that means Donny's going to get a game.
No.
Or vice versa. No. I don't really think those two things are connected, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Just quick before we carry on, what's your favourite chocolate that comes in a bag? Your Maltese.
I like the Cadbury's dark chocolate buttons.
Very good.
Because I don't feel guilty about eating a bag of them to myself. Because it's dark chocolate and it's not as fattening as milk chocolate.
Very good.
And it tastes nice. What about you?
Either Maltesers or I do like the Aero Mint balls. Very good. Right.
I'm glad you asked that. Right, let's move on to equally important matters.
Yeah.
Alex Telles. Oh, Alex.
Whatever happened to you?
Do you remember, like, this time last year almost, where we were going, Telles comes in, we're linked with him. Ollie's trying to push that deal through. He's not got long left on his contract, but Ollie wants him now because he wants him to come in at left back because Luke Shaw's not up to the job. Do you remember that? That was like a discussion that actually went on of Alex Telles coming in and being first choice left back, which now seems ridiculous.
Can I tell you something, Jay?
Go on.
I'm embarrassed to tell you this.
Go on.
If you'd have asked me last summer, would you get Alex Telles?
Yeah.
Sign Alex Telles, but it means we'll sell Luke Shaw. I think I would have taken that. This time 1 year ago, I think I might have taken that. I'm not saying I was like, get rid of him, I don't like him. Yeah. But I think you'd say he's been doing it at Porto for years. And Luke Shaw, we've given him his chance now.
Yeah.
Obviously, couldn't have been more wrong. But, you know, is he going to go to Roma? Maybe. You almost think, like, because Jose was managed United, this is going to be an easy thing. But he didn't play from under Jose, did he?
No, not yet.
So, I don't know about that. What do you think?
I think that what might fuel this move is Jose hates Luke Shaw that much that he'll buy Alex Telles to make Alex Telles win something and go, look, I told you he's better than Shaw.
Yeah, or just so that Luke Shaw has to play every game so he gets injured. Something like that.
Did you see Jose? I've always sort of... One thing I didn't do during the Euros or whatever was mention Jose and Shaw, because it does me head in. It's like this Shaw, Jose, and I think it's not about him, just ignore him. Yeah. But what cracked me up was, like, after the penalties, where Jose was listing players that could have stepped up instead of Saka, and he mentioned Shaw. And I thought, when's Luke Shaw ever taken a penalty in his life? Yeah. He scores like 1 goal every 60 games. And he scored in that game, so he's not going to score another one.
And also, Luke Shaw has only cemented his England place 2 weeks ago.
I know.
He's not like some experienced international
This isn't like
player.
Harry Kane.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, why mention Shaw? Well, why didn't Shaw step up? Because he doesn't take penalties and he wasn't an England regular till a fortnight ago.
Yeah.
Like, it was just...
Why not mention Kyle Walker?
Yeah, it was just bizarre.
Who literally has played, 60, 70 games for England or whatever it is. Or even Pickford. Like, I mean, I wouldn't, but, you know.
No, it was... That's when it really got ridiculously silly. So, yeah, Tellez... I mean, we did a tier list, didn't we? Which will be out soon.
Should be out tomorrow, that one.
Yeah, Tellez was one where we were looking at it and going, can you really...
What was the tier list?
The tier list, sorry, I should explain that and give it a bit of context. It was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's transfers tier list. So all the players that he's bought for Manchester United, where we ranked them, give him sort of rankings from...
How well have they done? How good of a transfer have they been?
Yeah. So it's like, you know, the top tier was like, you know, potentially a legend or could become a legend. And the bottom tier was the jury's out, not really worked out for him. And Sellers was around...
Bag of old bricks, you wanted to call it.
We're not that critical on this channel of players. But yeah, it's not really worked out for him. And also, he was bought in because of the things that we don't need. Like, he's a dead ball specialist. Right? Well, is he? I mean, is he taking the free kicks and the penalties? No. He's not. I mean, A, he's not on the pitch half the time to do it, and B, when he is, Bruno will do that. And it's like, okay, you know, he can play at wing back, but he gets exposed a little bit in the Premier League. We've seen him when he played. I mean, remember, was it at West Ham?
The West Ham one was bad.
Where was it? Bowen, who he didn't just go past him. He left him about 10 yards away from him, and you think, wow, this is going to be a struggle for him. So I'm not having a dig at Tellez because, you know, he's not been all doom and gloom when he has come in. He's just not really had much of a chance. And when he has been given a chance, Roma, I think, ironically, was it the Roma second leg where him and Williams came on and almost lost the game? I'm not saying it was just because of them, but they both had pretty bad games.
But one thing I would say is, and I've said this before about Donny, and it's even more true with Tellez, unless, you know, someone like Ethan Laird comes back into the team. Just because someone is a squad player and they're not going to play every week doesn't mean you just sell them.
No.
This is just like maybe it's made up. Maybe it's just the way United think. Maybe I don't know. But you just think like we need 2 decent left backs. Because what if Luke Shaw gets injured? What if he just needs a rest? What if he gets 5 yellows or 10 yellows, whatever it is for a suspension? What if he gets sent off? Any of these things. Then what? You play Brandon Williams, who looks like he's going on loan anyway. Like, we don't have any other left backs. No. Especially if Brandon, like I said, if Brandon goes out, we need 2 left backs. We need 2 right backs. We need extra midfielders. That's why you don't just sell someone because they don't play every week. Some people would have 11 players in the squad. Well, they don't play enough, get rid of it. You need Martial.
Yeah.
Because at the minute, we've got Dan James, who's all right, but, has no proven pedigree in front of goal. And then you've got Rashford, who's going to be out for 3 months.
Yeah.
Maybe Martial could play on the left for the first 3 months of the season. And let's not forget, no one has scored more goals than Martial has for Manchester United in a single season since Lukaku left. Like, that is the truth. So if you just want to get rid of everyone because they don't play every week, we're going to end up with 11 players and then an injury or suspension or just fatigue away from being shit. Yeah. Don't get rid of him just because he don't start every week.
That's one thing that City do quite well, and the Scousers, when the 2 seasons ago did well, is keeping a big squad and keeping everyone relatively happy. And if you do bring in, if it's City, whether it's Gabriel Jesus or one of their, sort of fringe players or whoever it is, or whether it was the Scousers, they brought in Shaqiri or whatever, just play a few games here and there, sort of lightens the load. They can do a decent job against certain opposition. You need that in a long season, especially next season as well. And we won't get ahead of ourselves, but I don't expect Manchester United just to pay lip service towards the Champions League. I want us to challenge for it. I want us to try and make a go of it. Chelsea have shown us that this season. They went out and obviously won it. United should be trying to do that. And I don't think you can do that without a squad. So just getting rid of players and just saying, we'll just have one left back for everything.
And he's only been here a year. Yeah. He might need some time to adapt to the league.
And also, sometimes with those type of players, I know he didn't play well against Roma in the Europa League, but they can often do okay in Europe. It's more suited, they're used to it. It's, the pace isn't quite as quick as the Premier League. So you can use them a bit more effectively in the Champions League sometimes. Yeah. And it's just like you said earlier, it gives the regular players that little bit of a breather so they're not playing 3 games in 7 days every fucking month.
And you mentioned there about City, Jesus and Aguero. They've got 2 strikers there fighting for one position. Yeah. For the last 2 years, neither of them have even played that much. No. Neither of them have been first choice. They've played with no striker for 18 months, and they've still got 2 on the bench.
I know.
So let's not sell him just because he don't play every single week. He's not that bad. It's not like he's cataclysmically bad that we have to get him out of the club now. It would be difficult to replace him quickly. He's not bad. He can play some of those other games. Keep him.
And also, you said it yourself a year ago. a lot of us were thinking maybe Shaw ain't up to the job. And now we're sat here a year later going, maybe Sellers ain't up to the job. Yeah. Well, maybe he is.
Maybe he is. And also, not to be sort of doom and gloom, whatever, who knows how long Shaw's form will last? Yeah. Who knows? We all hope this is here to stay. This is what Luke Shaw's like for the rest of his career. But this sort of form that Luke Shaw is in, so far, has been the minority of his career.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not trying to say
no.
Shit
you don't have to do a discllaimer. I get where you're coming from.
We all see what I mean. He's been world class for 6 months.
Yeah.
If that doesn't last for another 6 months, we may need Alex Tellers.
Yeah. Hopefully, it will. But
of course.
Ben Hoff says, Jay and Joe, who would you think would be a suitable partner for Scott McTominay in the pivot?
I like how he's, no matter what, McTominay's in.
Yeah, he's like, Fred's like not there.
Yeah, Pogba's not there.
Yeah.
That's McTominay's agent there.
Yeah.
Guys, who's playing alongside Scott? That's my question. His first name on the team sheet, we all know that. Anything from Bouhafsi?
No, he's not even ready yet. Typical. Right.
Let's assume it is Pogba, because I know he's put McTominay in there. I think we might go for Declan Rice. I think we might see a late push for Rice.
Can we not? This is the problem. I don't know if Jesse wants to go to West Ham. I know they want him, but I don't know because he's probably not going to play Champions League football at West Ham because they don't do that, and I don't think he's good enough to just take them there on his own. No. And also, if they're losing players like Rice, then it's going to be difficult. So I don't know that maybe there could have been a swap deal. We give him Jesse and some money. Perhaps I don't see that happening though, because I don't know if he'll go. And also, I think it'd probably take Jesse and 50 million or something, which is still a bit of a chunk of change.
Chunk of cheese.
I'd love to see Declan Rice. I'd love to see someone like Wilfred Ndidi, but I just feel these players are just out of our price range. I think if we weren't buying a Sancho or even a Varane, then maybe, but I don't know if we can go out and get Varane, Sancho, and Declan Rice.
Maybe a Camavinga. We'll see. That one seems to have gone quiet for the last few days. Let's see.
Would you put him in straight away?
I won't put him in straight away.
Is he a 6 or is he an 8?
Well, he's. I think his positioning isn't fantastic defensively yet because he's not played there much. But we've all seen his tackling stats. I think he's the third most tackles in the top 5 divisions for the last 3 years. He's consistently been a sensational attacker, but his interceptions are very poor. So that to me says that his positioning defensively isn't great yet. So he might take a couple of years to blood in. But if we can get him for 30 million euros, where a Rice and Ndidi, whoever, would be 70, 80, 90, that might be worth doing.
Do you know what? It's a shame because I feel like James Garner's a year away. And I know he's not necessarily an out-and-out 6, but he's someone that could probably do that role, but I think he needs another year on loan. He had a fantastic spell at Nottingham Forest, second half of last season. If he goes back there, talking going back, I don't know whether it's confirmed or not yet, but if he goes out on loan for one more year, I think after that, he'll come back and he'll do a job for Manchester United. I just don't think he's quite there yet. But we'll wait and see, and apparently, a big pre-season and things might be different. Yes. Also got Pereira's back in it. Andres Pereira, remember him? Brazilian wunderkind.
Not sure.
We'll have to wait and see. Do you know what I mean? Danny Shields in the super chat says, has fan pressure post-European Super League forced the Glazers into making the basic positive changes the club needed, i.e. the director of football position, back in the manager, even though we have Champions League, and how do we keep the pressure up?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think it has.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we've seen Sancho done so early, I think this push for Varane, I think, painting the stadium a little bit, I think it's very sort of minor stuff that most, or any good self-respecting club would do anyway. But I do think there has been a bit of a difference because of the protest stuff. I do think there has been some change, even if it's not a monumental one. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think it's at least as well started a dialogue with the Glazers and the fans. We know that there was the fans forum meeting. We know we've had Ian Sterling on a few times, and that's going to continue. Hopefully, some positive changes can come about from that. But there's still a long way to go. The women's team's a shambles. Painting the stadium doesn't.
In a fucking dire straits.
That's just. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to be associated with that, and you need to do better. If you can have a women's team representing Manchester United, you need to treat them with the respect they deserve, and they're not doing that. The stadium, like you saying, painting it needs more than looking like a paint. We've all been Old Trafford; it's falling apart. And also, all right, I'm not saying buying Varane is like the bare minimum, but Sancho was always going to happen anyway for me.
Yeah.
It's almost like you sort of doing what you were going to do and maybe a little bit more. You need to do a lot more to build bridges, to build real bridges after 16 years of complete mismanagement of our football club. We're going to wrap up there just before I go. I think there's another super chat and I can't even see it because my screen's...
Come on, Jay.
Here it is. Martin says, you guys missed my $5 super chat 5 minutes ago. Martin, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I found it. It says, you guys should stay live until Sancho, Varane and Camavinga are all announced. I hadn't missed it. I was going to get to it. I'd love to do that, but unfortunately, the trams stop at midnight.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately, we'd
off.
be dead. Because not only would we have heat stroke in about 3 minutes, we would have starved to death and had sleep deprivation to death.
Yeah, so I don't even know if I'm doing that till Sancho is announced because I don't know how long that's going to be. I thought that was going to be today.
Prediction on that? When's that coming?
I think it's tomorrow afternoon.
Me too.
1 o'clock. When it happens, we'll go live. Yeah.
Just you wait and see.
Who's on the news in the morning?
We'll sort that out after this video ends.
All right.
But there will be the news.
It might even be myself. It was someone will be
I think it might be you.
Yeah, I think it's me at 10:30 live from here. Hopefully announcing Jadon Sancho is officially a Manchester United player. But make sure you're checking out the channel. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Go and find him, Joe Smith 93, all over your socials. We're here for a watch along on Sunday, aren't we?
Oh, the pre-season begins, Jay. Manchester United versus Derby at the Big Sheep Stadium. What's it called? Pride Park?
Pride Park, mate.
At Pride Park. Wayne Rooney, Man United. We're going to be seeing, your Martials maybe if he's back, if he's not still on his phone. You're going to be seeing your Greenwoods, your Wan-Bissakas, yeah? Your children. Not your kids. You'll be seeing them anyway.
Pride Park.
No, they won't be there though. But, it should be good, that.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. It's getting back into the swing of things, and hopefully we'll have some more signings to announce very soon. But if we do, we'll be here live, as always, with them. So make sure you're hitting the notification bell on the subscribe button. That's me, Joe Smith. I'm Jay Boy. This has been Stretford Paddock Transfers Live. Thanks for watching.